What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I got 3 monthly dividend stocks to buy now. They are way down, and either I own them or am highly considering. I'm probably going to buy because it's way down. I actually used to own one. I got a wild card one that has not distributed its monthly dividend at the end, but it's going to come back with a vengeance. And once things start slowing down, it's going to be very exciting for that one. So I'm considering actually throwing $200, $100 in it, just leaving it alone, and then let it fly. It's just so way down. It's something that I should capitalize on. And I'd be crazy not to do that. So I'm gonna step back a little bit with crypto and start putting money into my monthly dividend strategy that I have for $1,000 to $3,000 a month in my monthly dividends. That's kind of my strategy. So it's not gonna. None of these are ETFs. So I just did a video on my strategy with Devo, QYLD, RYLD, XYLD, JEPI, and I discussed NUSI, a little bit of PBA. PBA is not going to be in this one. So let's check out these stocks right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I have made posts on Twitter that this stock would come back with a vengeance. It is EPR Properties. They just resumed their dividend at 25 cents a share. This is one that I used to own, and well, I still own, obviously, but I sold it, rebought it. That's when I was a newbie. Rebought it again, bought more shares, bought the dip, and I'm very excited because I did buy the dip during the pandemic, and they're resuming their dividend because things are starting to open up. Confidence is starting to kick in. There's been enough research out there that if you're vaccinated, you're in pretty good shape. Hopefully, I have my fingers crossed. If you've already been infected with COVID, you're not going to get it again. So this is going to be, don't quote me on that, but EPR Properties is an awesome monthly dividend stock. This was at one point $70 before the major dip happened. If you got this, kudos to you at $18.25 because everything shut down. We need to check out their portfolio before. This is what I did. I always check out their website before I make the call on this monthly dividend stock because you have to do some digging. You have to understand what makes this a special rate. Why is this such a good rate? And is it really worth it? So this is what my rationale as to why I bought it and why I'm going to buy more, reinvest the dividend, and let it fly and earn that passive income. So let's check out its portfolio. So we are focused on growing our experiential portfolio. These properties offer a variety of enduring congregant entertainment, recreation, and leisure activities. Separately, our education portfolio is a legacy investment that provides additional geographic and operator diversity. So they have $6.4 billion in investments, 354 locations, 200 tenants in 44 states plus Canada. AMC is involved. So everybody's going crazy with AMC. The movie theaters will open eventually, and some in completely once everything's eradicated. The attractions, look what they got: eat and play, golf resorts, lodging, gaming, fitness and wellness, cultural. They have ski resorts, so they're pretty well diversified. So let's just look at a few things. So eat and play, this is like Top Golf. They're pretty sharp with what they do. So, some of their investments are they have 8 operators, 55 properties. They have some cash revenue. So they're right here. This is our investments of both family entertainment centers and entertainment districts arose from deep insight how consumers spend their leisure time dollars. Research shows that 70% of consumers prefer to visit entertainment formats versus typical casual dining for group occasions. So, as millennials continue to fuel change in the industry by their emphasis on experiences, operators are creatively combining and eating. Gosh, every time I review these guys, I have like the worst tongue twister. They're combining and eating and entertainment options for one-stop shops. So they're well diversified, and they have fitness and wellness centers. Again, ski resorts. People like skiing. Obviously, things are starting to open up, and they're $50. So their revenue is going to start jumping up like crazy. They resume their dividend, so there must be some confidence in these guys that they're having a 25-cent dividend back. Now, at one point, they were a lot higher, but eventually it's going to start going up. Again, once the vaccination rates increase or X amount of people become infected and herd immunity happens, people are going to go crazy. They're going to party. They're going to enjoy themselves. So this is one that I own that I'm long on, and I'm hoping I can get to at least 100 shares on these guys, hopefully in the next 3 to 4 years. And that way I can really start pumping up my monthly dividend investing strategy and start earning some passive income where I'm at that mark where I start earning $1,000 a month on monthly dividends. I'm hoping right around that time that that happens. I need to be a little bit aggressive with these guys, reinvest the dividends, because my expected income is right around 120 right now. And a lot of my monthly dividends are doing that. By allowing the drip and the dividend reinvestment, that's going to be pretty strong in the long run. So again, it's about compound interest. And at the end, I'm going to show you about a stock that is not distributing a dividend that will be back. And it has slowly increased its dividend over time. But let's jump to the next stock. Next stock would be LTC Properties. That's at $39.83. That's cheaper than Realty Income. And again, this is a specialized real estate investment trust on medical properties. So a lot of you guys that are new to my channel, I will go over a portfolio on it and explain to you why I invested in these guys, and I'm long in them on my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. So as I went and I showed you how they're doing it against the S&P, they haven't done very well against the S&P, but what are these guys about? So they have been a high quality portfolio of senior housing and healthcare properties. Our goal to be this strategic capital partner, aligning interests with creative capital solutions, ultimately generating shared success. So they have assisted living facilities, skilled nursing facilities. Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, people are getting sicker. People are getting strokes. There's a rise in diabetes. There's a rise in hypertension. Diabetes and hypertension lead to strokes. And if people cannot help themselves, if their hemoglobin A1C, which is like an indicator if your diabetes is not doing well, if you're above 7, but usually we try to get you below 6.5. If you're above 7 and people are not taking care of themselves, you're at risk of a stroke. If you have hypertension, there's a rise in hypertension. I just went over a lecture and listened to a lecture. They're saying in 2030, basically $200 billion are going to be pumped into hypertensive medications. There's a strong correlation with that. There is the baby boomers are retiring. Unfortunately, they're seeing a rise in diabetes, and they're saying by 2050, 1 in 3 is going to be obese and 1 in 3 is going to have type 2 diabetes. That's terrible. And here's the thing. People get amputated because the diabetes and infections and everything. So, and what's even scarier is people get these things called silent heart attacks because they don't feel it because their nerves are fried and they just don't know if they're having a heart attack. And because of that, people that are getting heart attacks and their ejection fractions are getting lower because their the left ventricle is not pumping. We usually want somebody's ejection fraction above 65% or above. And if they're lower, some of these facilities have cardiopulmonary rehab to help them. And they need to rehabilitate themselves because they're sucking wind, or they gain extra fluid in them because their heart's not pumping effective enough. So you're seeing a rise in this, and I'm going to tell you, like, some of my friends that work at skilled nursing facilities, they're all full right now. People are in line to get to them. That's how crazy it is now, and people are just getting sicker. Multiple counties, my friends have told me that are like liaisons or in management, it's crazy. They're lined up completely. And the other thing is, and let's think about the winter. People fall, get fractures. Okay, that's a problem, especially with baby boomers. Your estrogen levels go down, and you're at more risk of osteoporosis. You have to take medications for that. You're more prone to fractures. And people like myself, all of a sudden I slip and break my hip. I may have to go to skilled rehab for a little bit. And there's some people that live at home that should not be at home, and they need to be at assisted living facilities. So these guys are going to be strong. I see them, getting bigger, and I'll show you their dividend history. Now, slowly, LTC Properties is increasing its dividend over time, 17 cents, 18, 19. Maybe it'll crack 20. A PE ratio of 33.78, dividend yield of 5.73%, annual dividend of 228. The reason why I didn't show you the dividend history on EPR Properties is, well, they're starting at 25 cents. We'll see what they do in the next 6 to 7 months. They start increasing their dividend. If confidence starts coming in, they'll probably be consistent at 25 cents. But these guys are cheaper. They're slowly going to go up. I see them slowly going up. Look at their trends. They'll just acquire new buildings and they'll go up. And they're less than $40. That's a very good bang for your buck right now for LTC Properties. So that's a monthly dividend stock. I own that one. I'm long in them. I also own EPR Properties. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes. But you're seeing these trends in these stocks. Here's one that took a beating. The next one that I'm going to reveal to you took a beating. This one I'm probably going to buy just because it's so down, and it'll probably increase its dividend over time, but it's so down right now. I think I'm just going to throw maybe $100, $200 in it and just let it fly. So let's check out this one. And that stock would be Whitestone REIT. This is a monthly dividend stock. This one took a big nosedive during the pandemic. What was it at one point? 13.51. It's 6.18. Right now it's 8.01. So I'm considering throwing $100, $200, letting the dividends reinvest. Then it'll slowly increase its dividend. I'm hoping so. Don't quote me on that. But I'm going to take advantage of the dip still because it's way down. But we need to know why they're down, what makes these guys a buy, even though they took a huge nosedive, because that's important. Let's check this out. So first of all, I'm on their website. I always tell people to go on the websites of REITs before you do anything, okay? So our centers are where entrepreneurs can succeed in creating their own version of the American dream. What makes us different? Okay? Our tenants' success is on our success. We succeed when our tenants succeed. That's why we get our hands on with our tenants to give them the tools they need. So we invest growth and opportunity. We expand cautiously and optimistically while taking challenges head on. So what is going on with these guys? What? Who are they? I don't get it. Let's read a little bit more. So the stylized W is a visual reminder of a single grain of wheat when planted produces an abundant harvest and symbolizes our commitment to creating shareholder value. The central diamond shaped in the character of Whitestone is the heart logo, which represents the communities we serve. The two sides together represent value, which is driven by our character. I like that. Whitestone associates who are shareholders stretch beyond our perceived abilities and attain success. Color blue is associated with stability and represents knowledge, power, and integrity. Okay, you can talk big game, but can you walk? Let's see what they're about. They love to talk big game, okay? Can they walk, okay? The property type, here's some things. Community-centered properties, which we define as visibly located properties in the established or developing culturally diverse neighborhoods. We seek income-producing, community-oriented retail and mixed-use properties with upside potential. So they're in Phoenix, Chicago, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, and Houston. 5 of the top 15 markets in the USA, in which terms of population growth. We may also pursue opportunities in the southwestern and western regions that are consistent with our community-centered property strategy. So, what? Okay, there. That looks very attractive. Let's keep on going. Okay, a Kroger Place, Heritage Trace Plaza, retail. What's in there? FedEx Office, Blink Fitness, Aqua Tools, Texas Health Resources, Quest Diagnostics. They have some pretty good companies that are paying or in this plaza. Here's another one. There's a Kroger. Nitty's Italian Restaurant, Sherwin-Williams. Okay, Texas is, everything's big in Texas. So this is a pretty well diversified rate. You have to look more into it because it's $8. You have to be, this is why I'm going a little bit more into detail with Whitestone rate, because you need to know what the heck you're getting yourself into. What's in this plaza? Because are people paying rent? Five Guys Burgers, Commercial Bank, the Pizza, Holy Grail. Do you really, these ones, the small rates, because let me tell you something. With the bricks rate that I invested in, had the pandemic not happened, I'd probably be making maybe an extra $200 of passive income because it was such a small rate. This is a small rate, but pretty well diversified, appears pretty strong. They're only going to get bigger over time. Let me click. Won't let me click. So they're right over here. Okay, here's, let's just click one more just to show you why I'm looking at buying these guys. I probably will. I'll throw 100, 200 in them and just leave them alone. So here's Sugar Park Plaza, Marshall's, Carter Country. So there's restaurants. So this is what's important, okay? How much revenue are they generating? Let's look at that because they're so small. Is this a yield trap? Is this trouble? Let's check out the revenue. So for the fiscal year 2019, 29, 2020, 20, 30, fiscal year 29. Obviously, you see the dividends decrease. So there's a little bit of a slight decrease. Go figure with the pandemic. But people are paying rent. They're well diversified. I think they're very strategic with what they're doing. And I'm going to jump to their dividend history. Don't look at these guys back then. Look at these guys back then. They were 9 cents. You get a nice 9 cents consistent. Not like AGNC, who is decreasing their dividend. You're getting this, obviously, because of the pandemic, it's down. You're getting about 3 to 4 cents. And they'll probably go back up. They're a 5.4% dividend yield, PE ratio of 59.15, annual dividend of 43 cents. So you get, it's, if you get, 7, 15, 20, you get enough to where you can start buying more shares. These guys will start growing a little bit. So, if I throw, an extra 100, 200 in there, again, I have a monthly dividend strategy to get my $1,000. So I had to be very careful with the way I constructed this lecture to you guys because this one's really iffy. And I've been iffy on this one back and forth. Now, I'll consider it over AGNC, but I'm only going to throw maybe 100, 200 in it and then see what happens. I'm going to show you a stock that is not distributing dividends right now, but could be back with a vengeance. The symbol is CLDT, Chatham Lodging Trust. That's 1187. And this one is not distributing its dividend, but it's a very well diversified like hotel rate that's going to be probably back. I saw the most recent article. They're probably not going to be distributing their monthly dividend this year, but next year they'll probably be back. And this one that I'm going to keep an eye on, especially since it's down, I may even consider just throwing money in it and just leaving it alone, kind of like Carnival Cruise right now, because Carnival eventually will probably get its dividend back, but who knows when. But I bought the dip on that. And these guys, I want to show you their portfolio before I, as to why they're on my radar. Their primary objective is to generate attractive returns to our shareholders through investing in hotel properties at prices that provide strong returns on invested capital, paying dividends, and generating long-term value appreciation. So these are hotels that they have, and pandemic's here. Obviously, they're going to be tight on money right now, so it makes perfect sense why they're not distributing dividends. Let me jump to you with their portfolio. It's huge. they got all these hotels. I mean, Texas, they're in Virginia, New Hampshire, Burlington, Denver, Dallas, Connecticut. I mean, they're well diversified. And again, people are going to eventually, once things open up, people are going to start going into hotels and doing what, traveling and doing a lot more things. So this one's going to come back with a vengeance, just like EPR properties. And at one point, it was distributing 10, 11 cents. It was slowly going up. So, I can't really tell you what their dividend distribution was, but it was almost like every 2 years it went up a cent. A lot faster than land that I own. And it's very interesting. So this is one to keep on your radar, CLDT. So the three stocks that I went over, LTC Properties, EPR Properties, and Whitestone Rate. Whitestone Rate, I'm maybe going to throw 100, 200 in, leave it alone, let it reinvest, because you saw the dividend history. It hasn't jumped up significantly, but it's better than putting money in a bond or putting it in AGNC stock, because AGNC has decreased its dividend over time, 22 cents, 2018, 16, 12. Not very attractive, but Whitestone Rate's cheaper and it's just kind of stagnant, so I'll just reinvest them. Hopefully I'll get back to 9 cents eventually and go from there. So that's what's exciting about Whitestone Rate. I'm not going to throw a lot. I'm just going to throw a little bit in. It's kind of like how people look at Prospect Capital. Prospect Capital, I'm backing off on a little bit. And, I just want to show you guys, it's pretty good, but, I wouldn't throw all the eggs in one basket in Whitestone Rate, but CLDT, keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on some articles. I just wanted to post that one and show you something. LTC Properties I'm long on, and EPR Properties I'm long on. Whitestone Rate, again, I'm probably going to do 100, 200, and then back off and just let the dividends reinvest, because it really hasn't have really good dividend growth. But hey, it's monthly dividends. Leave it alone, and then just hopefully buy more shares, let the compound interest kick in, park my money, and behave myself so that I just never touch it again. So let me know what you think of this video. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. This is Darth Dividend. You guys have a good one. I'm going to post, probably I'll just go over maybe some ETFs tomorrow. Friday, I'm going to have 5 dividend stocks to buy that are right around less than $40, a good high yield dividend stock. So keep an eye on that. Make sure you subscribe. We are almost at 5,000 subscribers strong, but I wanted to be a little bit in detail with this one. This is a little bit of a curveball to you guys, but I had to show you what this is about. And Whitestone Rate's coming back. Chatham Lodging Trust is coming back. EPR is back. LTC is still down. So I wanted to post a video on these guys. And again, AGNC I'm still avoiding. So you guys take care and have a good one.